We're recording this real quick. Mission control here. We're, that's the. Well, I guess we can go outside the hill. I better go out here while they're talking. We don't want to intercept any secret Benton County information, you know. But I'm not live streaming because the signal, well, in there is so shitty, and they're gonna let me in here in a little bit. And so I'm the first one here. But this is the last. I think it's the last day of voting. It's the 20th, right? Yeah. Because I gotta re-up my prescription. My daughter's gonna call me later. And so I have some of you might know, but I don't think hardly anybody does. I staying in a motel because of some things going on. But I probably run up to Eureka Springs to see my brother today and see what's going on there. But I went ahead and got a week here in town. But I might skip out before then. Now you all know about the monkeypox stuff, and I'll get back to the motel room later. I'm gonna go get some CBD or something for my ribs. Still a little bothering me a little bit, but I'm better. Like I said, if you all watched that short of the moon yesterday, I released Ani Asaru. I released him from my aggression, and I just and that come from a good old tarot card reading from, I can't remember his name. Is it Gregory? I think. Anyway, I think I published him and put him on a community post, but that tarot card reading was really stuck with me because I was the first one to see it that morning, yesterday morning early, and it pulled me into let's forgive it and move on. You know, we've got bigger battles. We've got bigger battles than 300 or 3,000-year-old ones that would never get resolved anyway. So if you dwell on stuff like that, especially colors of anything, like it's just it'll eat you up and everybody with you. So and you've seen how I get, and I know some of you guys tune in for that, but a lot of you guys, especially the ladies, they're really affects them, and they they want me to settle down about it. But so here, gonna do the primaries today this morning. There's our protection there, and so then I'm gonna go over and see if there's any. So we were trying to get a homeless lady on neighborhood app there the other day, somewhere to stay and everything, and we'll come to find out everything's filled up. And then, like old Thomas Sheridan over there in Ireland says, that you can't go anywhere to get the government housing, like over there in Europe and stuff in Ireland. They got where if you got in a bind, you had kids, you could go get a little bitty flat, a little bitty apartment for people. Well, they're all filled up with people that are saying they're Ukrainian refugees, and they're not Ukrainian refugees. They're Middle Easterners or Africans or whatever, And so now make this clear: the Africans and the Moorish that were here before, they're not the same. They're not exactly the same people. So there's the old crows that coming from the McGregor's field over there. They're flying around, probably looking for where I went. They're like, "What the hell he doing?" No, I hadn't seen that one bird, that seabird, and his buddies, but so they must have took off with the storm. We've got some more severe weathers all in the Midwest today, and going into the future. You know, I don't know quite exactly what's going on, but I have a strong feeling that it's tied to the pole shift, the polar wander, because it's very close to that 40-degree declination, but by other calculations, it's a 38.6 or something, 38.3 or 36.8 degrees is where that's the point of no return for the polar, for the wander, where it'll go, you know, the point of no return there. And then when it hits 40, that's when it's like, whew, you know. So I think because the jet streams and everything, you know, you can do weather manipulation all you want, but unless the whole world's doing it in unison, you're not going to affect the, you know, the polar vortexes and stuff like that. And if they are doing that in conjunction with what's naturally occurring with the natural cycles, because we know this is a natural cycle of polar excursion. You know, CERN's not doing that, but I don't think they could stop it. They might be slowing it down or affecting it to where it's getting all, you know, like I said, the man-made and the nature's combining to have a unique fractal of weather and stuff like that. Now the space weather, the cosmic weather, like I said, you guys need to get out and get it, expose yourself, you know, get those downloads as they call them, or and stuff. It is DNA ascension, DNA, and we'll pass that on to your children if you're young. But you know, if you're old like me, you done had kids, probably done for. Hell, I don't know. I might run off and have more kids somewhere else. This whole they said the monkeypox, which is measles. Now everybody my mom's age has had the measles vaccine. You know, and it was like a shot, looks like a flower on your shoulder and stuff. And this is a different measles. I mean, a smallpox vaccine. And they had the measles too. But this is a different smallpox vaccine that that they ordered, the ones they ordered, millions on millions of vaccines that they ordered. Of course, they're anticipating an outbreak. So there will be an outbreak, and there has been cases already, a couple of them already in the United States and all over the world. So simultaneously, apparently they have released this new monkeypox, which is a version of smallpox, a very nasty version. You know, it's kind of like having a super viral like HPV, mumps, chickenpox. You know, and so smallpox is terrible. Like I haven't had the smallpox vaccine, so first word of it, I'm getting hell out of Dodge, because Duck said, who was it last night? Was it Duck? Donald Durrell, their deplorable Duck, said that it's affecting men. It's infecting men. So and you get it by bodily fluid exchange mainly, but I guess you could get sneezed on or whatever, and it would affect you. You get it, but particularly males. You know, I guess my age range from you know 20 to or from 19 to 50 or 60. It's the whole range there, and what they didn't kill off with the lethal injection, you know, they're gonna get with smallpox. So I'm gonna do some scouting about, see how far out I could get to in the woods without, or just go camp out at my brother's place. He don't have an extra room for me, but he's got a little thing. I'm gonna go talk to him about it. I haven't talked to him in a good while. I really don't know what he's doing. To be honest with you, I don't know if he changed his phone number or what happened, but I haven't really been wanting to get him all upset with everything that's going on now, because you know, he's a Trump guy, and he don't understand. He got a learning disability, and he don't understand, you know, the complexity of what's going on with Trump and all that stuff. You know, he unsigned the election commission and basically knew that he was going to forfeit the election and he played everybody. Well, I found out about that solidly on December 20th of 2020. And but up to then, man, yeah, I was a Trump guy. Now I'm a MAGA guy. Hell yeah, dark MAGA, ultra MAGA, quantum MAGA. I'm starting the quantum MAGA movement, right? Why not? So anyway, we got 10 minutes here. They said it'd be about 10 minutes before they let us vote. And last time we voted, of course, you know, it was the elections and there was a long line. And right now, hell, it's just me and the commission people. And they got more people here working now than they did, you know, the Trump and Biden election, which tells me that that's a good thing, because people are, you know, wanting to get involved and not just sitting at home commenting on YouTube videos and not making content or doing anything. You know, they coming up here and volunteering or whatever. Most of it's volunteer work to get in. And I see a lot. I see about a half. I see about a half fold and a half fold of conservative and the liberal Democrat leaning in here. I'm not for sure. I'm not going to ask, but they look to me like an even mix. We don't have any. We have some freakazoids here. Trust me. And you go down to Fayetteville, to a college town, and that's, you know, college. You know how college kids are, and no matter what generation they are, they're going to have purple hair, you know, piercings and tattoos and stuff like that. But that's been throughout history, pretty much. I mean, in one version or another. It's pretty windy out here, and I don't know how this microphone is picking up. But I'm gonna get in here and vote. We'll do a live stream later, and we'll go over. I'm gonna investigate the connection between the threat of the monkeypox and the baby formula shortage, and we're gonna go over like. I'm going to look into the baby formula, the main brands of their ingredients and stuff, and what could be substituted. But one thing I know is goat milk. And you check with your if you've got a backyard big enough to have a nanny goat or two and have a fence, as you got grass and you can get to like some sort of feed store or get straw or hay to feed them. My suggestion is get a couple nanny goats and milk them, because it's real easy to milk goats. They're really, I mean, the female goats, the nanny goats, are docile. When you get the billy goats down, they'll get all hormonal and want to play with you, bram you and shit. And so you got to be careful with them. But the nanny goats, they're, you know, pretty docile, and you can milk them as long as you don't mess with the ewes and shit, the little baby goats. But they don't have baby goats if they don't have billy goats, you know. They're around to breed. But my suggestion is to get some, maybe even if you find a miniature goats to milk. And goats are pretty, you know, like a large dog, pretty large dog. Some of them are real big, but there are breeds of miniature goats you can get that would sustain a baby, maybe even two babies, if you just, you know, how much you feed them and how much they lactate. So and they've got, you know, these GMO farm animals now that lactate without having to be bred. So there's that. And of course I can't utilize that workforce thing over there. It's a waste of time anyway, because all they do is get you in there and show you how to search for a job online. I'm like, dude, I can do that from my phone, you know. I said, there's nobody fucking hiring my ass. Can't sit up or sit down for much longer than an hour or two. In fact, I'm getting pain right now, real bad pain now, just moving around my lower back and dealing with this rib. The chiropractor said he didn't know what it was that was doing it, and I have no freaking idea, other than my upper torso is getting weak and flabby from, you know, a couple of years of not working. Man, dude, I tell you what, we'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we'd hit it till till 3 o'clock, you know, or 2 o'clock. But man, we worked. It was a workout every minute, every minute. We take break, you know, here and there, and lunch break or whatever. Sometimes we didn't. Sometimes we didn't take breaks or lunch break, and sometimes we'd work for 10 hours straight because it had to get done. There was 3 bosses, you know, these corporate guys on these big giant houses or whatever. Shit, you don't want to piss them off because they call the store and that's all the work you've done right there, buddy. So you bust. I'm used to having to bust ass when I had to, and when I could put the ticket in and get the hell out of the job and turn the job down, we did that. But there towards the end, we took everything we could get. My dad used to take every job he could get his hands on. If he couldn't do it, he'd turn it over to somebody he knew. That's why everybody liked my dad. It's because he was a provider, you know. And I've got that in me. I know how to do it, and I know how to leg work, get the work. But that's why I'm so good at networking. Is for my dad. My dad was a real good parlay, politician, a good communicator, a friendly guy, and he can find something to talk to you about. And so can I. I learned from him. Maybe a little too much, Here we go, 16 minutes, and I was calling it at 10, right? So anyway, we'll get some information going. I knew I was going to go live last night, but I just wasn't feeling. I was feeling really sick, really bad, really terrible yesterday, and it could be the Schumann, the CERN activity, and I finally got the World News Report today over there. Old drinking Kaufman there. He's finally showing. Here we go. An earthquake. Oh, Strait of Gibraltar. Yeah. Okay, so Click might be being dumped again. I'll have to check on that. Check on the Azores. And they don't have no Vistar's web tools like CERN does, and so Kaufman over there at World News Report today has been showing the CERN readouts, the Vistars. The site that I show with the. Now I give credit to Dennis Nagel for having shown me that access to that site years ago. We were tracking CERN with the VLF years ago with the Vistars and the Cumania before they upgraded the sensors and then they kind of fuzzed out the sensors, and now they've got it in ultra good super resolution, especially with the high frequencies new charts in there. And I got the screenshots from the other day, so I haven't really put them all together and posted them. I know some of you have seen them. I know some of you have seen them that look really, it looked manipulated, man-made manipulated. It's not natural VLF activity from the ground chart current or the geomagnetic geoelectric field in the air or the ground. It's something we're doing, from CERN, most definitely. And then you could always see that 50 hertz steady signal from the European power grid. Now, if we had sensors over here, it'd be showing a 60 hertz, the power grid we run on. If we had, like had an antenna that was anywhere near Fermi Labs, and they were doing stuff like CERN's doing. No, they're not geared to be continually running like CERN is, but they're operational. All these large hadron colliders, and that's what I'll do. I'll pull that list again, because there's a couple lists of all the LHCs in the world, and and so if there's that many, there's maybe a couple secret ones and military ones that people don't know about. And then of course we've got the whole Antarctic debacle that I'll show you down there, how they've got like this windshield around with the jet stream and the storms, and in the middle of Antarctica there, it's probably getting pretty climatable. In fact, you know, it might be turning green. So, if it's anything like this year here in the Ozarks, boy, we've got we're harvesting stuff that sprouted, you know, in springs. So, I mean, everything's really vibrant, you know, and the colors are just it's maybe it's my eyesight getting better, because they said my eyesight was getting better. But just a little update here, 20 minutes, and I'm gonna go in here and vote my conservative ways into manifesting through the ballot. My son ain't gonna vote this year. Yeah, we're gonna go here, manifest through the ballot here, and I'll talk to you guys here later as soon as I get some things organized back at the old room there, and we might take a trip up to Eureka and stroll around. I'll show you guys the springs and stuff. It just depends on, man. I'm gonna have to drug myself up good to walk around that town, boy. It's a rough hike in there, man. You know, I guess I could just drive around and take some photos or something. I don't know. Figure something out. Guys. We'll get through this one way or the other. I hope, you know. So, I hope me and the others don't have to pull the plug on this fucking operation we got here in this realm, so on this planet. So, y'all take care.